Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you are all doing well. Today is Friday and from tomorrow we start a final rush made of 55 days that I already tell you will be a thriller. Because the future of this Juventus will be clear at the end of these 55 days. Will we qualify to Champions League and how? Second for the most optimistic one, fifth for the most negative ones. We'll understand if yes or no will play Supercoppa next year. We'll understand yes or no if Juventus will lift finally again a trophy in the air. All of this at stake in the next 55 days. Not only the future of Juventus as a team 23-24, but also the individuals. Of course, we are speaking about Max Allegri. Of course, we're speaking about the players. In today's video, we have a list of players that are untouchable and that should be there next season, but also a list of players that could potentially leave. Some you will be happy about, some not that much. In today's video, we'll also speak about a long-term future, because potentially Juventus could potentially play 240 games in the next 3 seasons. And to do so, you need to plan. And you need to bet really well what player do you want to do it. And apparently, according to Tutto Sport, Juventus want to do it with one man. A man that next season not only will see his contract extended, but also having the 10 on the back. Maximum of like, don't forget to subscribe because now we start. First of all, let me say thank you to Martina, my great friend that was in Miami. She brought this t-shirt. And as you can see, there is a beautiful signature, the signature of Barzagli. Thank you, Martina. It was really an honor. I had a lot of opportunities to speak live with Barzagli. I believe I did 4 or 5 lives together with Andrea. But now I'm happy because I have that one in my beautiful collection that I will put somewhere in the wall. Thank you, Martina. Thank you, Andrea Barzagli. We start not speaking yet about the double game Lazio Juve Lazio, but first about Bremer. Yesterday we made a full video with all the details about the release clause. I just wanted to come back on something. No, Juventus didn't pay him 50 million to Torino. No, Juventus do not want to sell him for 60 million euro. First of all, we paid him 41 million with a potential bonus of 10 million. I don't believe that we will reach these 10 bonus because Juventus will not finish first in the Scudetto race. Juventus probably is also going towards individual performance of Bremer. So these 10 millions, I don't believe that we will have to pay them fully to Torino. Anyway, that's another story. The other thing is that today we have even more details, super important about Bremer. Who will decide? Well, it is Juventus. In all cases. I know that yesterday a lot of criticism. Juventus is stupid, how can you? And it's not okay because you give all the power to the player. With the extra details, so before jumping into conclusion, what we learned today is that Juventus has all the power. I explain you. That clause is not from this summer. If a club is coming immediately with 60 million euro, Juventus is not obliged to say yes, because there is no clause in summer 2024. That summer will be active from summer 2025. But if this summer a club is coming and they want to negotiate, of course we can negotiate. Telling from next summer, it could be a clause between 60 and 70 million euro. If you want to have him earlier, well, give us 80, give us 90 million euro. I'm not saying that this will happen, but that can be a potential. That can be a possibility. The other thing that is extremely important, a detail that nobody knew until yesterday, is that summer clause of 2025 can be cancelled by Juventus. So if an offer arrives from whatever club, Manchester United, Liverpool, Real Madrid, whatever, comes to the player wants to go, Juventus has still the possibility to increase the salary of Gleison Bremer with a salary that has already been agreed, that at the moment we don't know how much, so that the player is obliged to stay and Juventus can refuse that clause, which is not bad, actually, which is absolutely not bad. Now that we have the full picture, well, we can say that actually it's not a crazy thing from the management. That's what I wanted to say. It's important to complete the video of yesterday. Now, what I'm reading online today is that Juventus could potentially be already thinking about the next Bremer, if really we sell him this summer. And one of the names is Diomande. Diomande, that come from Midtjylland, went to Sporting, is doing a fantastic, beautiful season. Really, a really strong defender. Juventus, we already spoke about him. We already scouted him. It's not the first time that we are speaking about him on the channel, so you already start knowing him. Great defender, long, tall, physical, can play with both feet. A really great defender. The problem is that, yeah, okay, Juventus is scouting him, but when I'm watching the sporting pages in Portugal, well, they are not speaking about Juventus. They are speaking about a big duel. And I'm not even saying Newcastle and Chelsea that are already interested on the player, but Arsenal and Bayern Munich. The two teams that will play against each other in Champions League. So when you have Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Newcastle, Chelsea, we are speaking about 3 clubs of Premier League. We are speaking about the biggest club of Germany, of Bundesliga, will be tough. So the dreams of Diomande, that has him really a release clause at the end of the summer of 80 million euro, I would not dream too much about Diomande. That's what I would recommend. Then great player, fantastic player. I don't think so, except if the player says, I want to go step by step, and after Midtjylland, after Sporting, I see myself growing in a country that is known for their defense. That can be the only hope, but I don't count too much on it. I'm thinking about other defenders also, Jallo, for example, that we already have at home. Press conference of Max Allegri. What did he say for Lazio Juve? He didn't speak yet too much about Coppa Italia. Well, he said that tomorrow will start the final rush, what I started with in the first intro. He spoke about Ealing Jr., about Moiskin, and about the partner of Moiskin, because Moiskin will play tomorrow. What did he say about Moiskin? That he expects a lot for him, not only for the team, but also he needs to show that he can reach that qualification, that call-up for Euro 2024. If he doesn't perform, if he's not able to continue to play with continuity, to score finally his first goal, well, it will be tough for him to be there with Italy. So he's expecting a great game from Moiskin. I have no idea how many minutes he has in the legs, so let's see. Spoke about Ealing, about the growth of Ealing. He said, I'm extremely satisfied with his growing part, with his personal growing path. And then he said something where, guys, I didn't agree that much with. He said he played a lot this season. When you are looking at statistics, well, you see that he played indeed 17 games in Serie A, 2 games in Coppa Italia. I would say, it's 19 games. Yeah, played a lot this season. But when you are dividing looking at the minutes, well, 465 minutes only played in 17 games of Serie A. Only 2 times he started. When you are comparing with a really bad season of Filip Kostic, well, Kostic has played 1,571 minutes, 24 games, 22 starts. Can we really say that Ealing Jr. played a lot? I don't know. Regarding the duo of tomorrow, who will be next to Moiskin, he didn't answer. He totally dribbled. He said Chiesa and Yildiz are really in form. They came back with a big smile from their international break. They are ready to play. We will need them, plus also Vlahovic and hopefully soon Milik for the remaining part of the season because they are important. So did he answer? No. We don't know about the other men, so I will try to go towards a potential lineup. What else important did he say? That at the moment 59 points are absolutely not enough to qualify for Champions League, so we need to go back. We need to turn that situation around to reach 70 points at least to qualify. Otherwise, we miss it, and that's unacceptable because that's an important one. About the future, he said I was happy about the words of Scanavino that renewed the trust in me. I was not doubting about it, so political talks. He didn't really speak about, well, will really be there or not. He said, I'm really focused on the next 2 games that they are. And when he's saying the next 2 games, guys, I want to repeat how important the next 2 games are. I don't know what can happen at the end of these 2 games, but these 2 games are so important. We need to win. We need to win. We need to win. I will repeat it endlessly. I don't know how, but we need really to win. Because if you don't win both of the games, if you lose in Serie A, if you lose in Coppa Italia, I don't know what to expect. Can be totally crazy. Wait for it. Wait for it. So hopefully we don't even have to talk about that. Then what else did he say about his 500 appearance in Serie A? That is really a passion and love that is continuing to train for the passion and love for this sport. He's really honored about that. But of course, now there are 2 objectives to reach and he's only thinking about that. So hopefully, like he said verbally, he's really focused on these 2 games, and also the team is focused. Hopefully they understand, they really understand the importance of these 2 games. Before speaking about Yildiz, let me tell you that tomorrow there will be Sekulov that will be joining the first team, and I'm really happy for the kid that went on loan in the first part of the season, didn't really shine. When he came back to Next Gen, well, he changed Next Gen. He helped Next Gen a lot in pursuing better results that we were doing in the first season. Nikola Sekulov, that I already had the opportunity to interview, so I'm a bit linked to him. Tomorrow he will be called up for the second time because he was already called up last year 1 year ago, on the 19th of March 2023, when we played against Inter. He was on the bench. He didn't enter. Tomorrow he could potentially start his first ever first team game. So hopefully he can do well if he enters the pitch. Who can play tomorrow? According to me, the lineup will be Szczęsny, Danilo, Bremer, Gatti. Alexandro apparently has a small muscular problem. Guys, I don't want to speak too much about Alexandro, but I'm happy that it's the end, because every month there is a muscular injury. It has to stop. So Danilo, Bremer, Gatti. Then in the middle, I believe that Cambiaso will be on the right. Junior Ealing will be on the left side. Rabiot, Locatelli in the middle together with Miretti. Why Miretti? Because McKennie comes from 210 minutes played with USA. Trophy won, yes, but he played a lot. International travel, also going to another continent. So I believe that with another game that is really close, the Coppa Italia, I believe that McKennie can start on the bench up front. I believe that Chiesa will start together with Moiskin, also because then Vlahovic will be recuperated, and I believe that in Coppa Italia we will not see that many rotations. We'll not see a lot of other players. Don't expect a non-J, for example, but I think that there we will see the starting midfield of McKennie, Rabiot, Locatelli, with up front Yildiz, Vlahovic. That's what I'm really thinking, with probably Kostic that will play one or the other game. Cambiaso play, according to me, the two games. When I told you, and now we go towards the final part of the video, that Juventus, a lot is at stake, Coppa Italia, Champions League, etc., etc., Supercoppa. By the way, it has been confirmed. Next season it will be again 4 teams that will play the Supercoppa in January 2025. These teams, it's the 2 first one of Serie A and the finalists, both finalists of Coppa Italia. So winning against Lazio is extremely crucial in Coppa Italia, because then you have more games even to play and some money and some international exposure. But it's not everything. In the next 3 seasons, a calculation has been made that teams that are also playing that FIFA World Cup can potentially play 240 games. That's a lot. Between now, Euro 2024 or Coppa America, whatever you want to, the Olympic Games, some players will play Serie A, that will start back with a bigger Champions League format. Then there will be the World Cup for clubs. Then Serie A starts back with the Champions League. Then you have the World Cup. Between all these things, 240 games. So Juventus needs to think about quality, yes, but also quantity. We need to have more players ready to play. Fixing injury problems would be really a must. But we need to think about who can deliver us 240 games in 3 seasons. And the first player that I have in mind, but I believe all of us have in mind, and also Tuttosport, well, it is Yildiz, Kenan. Juventus riparterà da Yildiz. Juventus will start back from Yildiz. Next season, a lot of players are on the market. There are a few players that are untouchable. Yildiz is the first one. If there is one player that can't be allowed to go somewhere else, it is Juventus. It is Kenan Yildiz, decided by Juventus. He's the first on the list. Who are the other untouchable, not for the next 3 seasons, but for next season? It is Danilo, Cambiaso, Giallo, that we really want to test next season, otherwise we signed him for nobody. Szczęsny, if he decreases his salary and extend at least 1 more year. It is Fagioli that we count on. That's why we also extended him after the ban that he had, counting on him, showing him trust, letting him continue to train with the team. Rabiot and Rugani as well, if they decide to extend. Otherwise, it stops immediately at the end of the season. Who are the players that could potentially be on the market if a big offer arrives? So players that we would love to keep. But if someone comes knocking at the door, sitting at the table, and going with much more that we are asking, well, these players are Bremer. We already spoke yesterday and today about Bremer. You know why now. Dusan Vlahovic, Chiesa, Vlahovic, Wea. So not twice Vlahovic one time. Wea, McKennie, Gatti, Miretti, even Locatelli and Perin. Locatelli is a player that Juventus really want to keep. But there is growing and growing and growing interest by Premier League. And at a certain moment, you need to take choices also to understand what the player want to do. Also, which coach will be there next season. And that's why he's not 100% off the market. Who are the players that Juventus will really try proactively to sell this summer? Well, it is Milik, Kostic, Moiskin, De Sciglio, Ealing Jr., Nicolussi, and Nonge. Nonge, there are already some offers from Antwerp that are interested, but also some other clubs that really want to go towards Nonge. They are speaking sometimes about a loan with obligation to buy, or sometimes they are speaking about the permanent sale. Let's see. Kenan Yildiz is the player that we need to continue with. And yesterday there was something surprising for me when I recorded that video and when I was building a 24-25, not dream Juventus, but realistic Juventus. I kept out from formation A and formation B, I kept out Federico Chiesa. And nobody in the comment section told me, Beppe, what are you doing, or where is Chiesa? I was really shocked to see the non-reaction of the people. I show you again the lineup, how it was possibly with the Thuram, Ferguson, Locatelli, Yildiz, Sule, Vlahovic. In the back, Cambiaso, Calafiori, Jalot, Danilo, Szczesny. It will not be 100% like that. But not having Chiesa and nobody that is answering is something that is really, really shocking to me. Especially if today I'm starting to read an article on Gazzetta dello Sport with the title Signora, ti riconquisto. Lady, I will conquer you again. This time, looks like, according to that article, but also to the vibe, it's not Juventus that is knocking, chasing, going after the entourage or the player to say, we would love to sign you, we would love that you extend, that you continue. After the last performances, after the vibes, after so many problems, the role, the non-compatibility with a formation, etc., that Juventus now is saying, okay, maybe we need to do a sacrifice of Federico Chiesa, but it's now Chiesa that is thinking, I didn't see that many big offers last season. There was Aston Villa, I believe. There was another club from the UK, but really mid-table teams, not the big ones. He's not 100% back from his injury. Maybe it's now Chiesa that is thinking, oh, next season Champions League with Juventus, FIFA World Cup. I'm here at the club that I know. The fans love me. Hey, maybe I need to activate. Maybe I also need to show something to Juventus in the last 10, 11 games, 12 games of the season. Maybe it's me that need to do it. So we see in Gazzetta dello Sport another perspective. And I believe that is a bit what the supporters are feeling after countless trust to Chiesa. Well, after the reaction of the video of yesterday, people are starting to ask themselves, should we at all cost renew Chiesa? Or should he show that we want to continue with Chiesa? Big question mark. I have no answer yet today, but I have my questions. And Gazzetta dello Sport article was quite interesting in that part. Let me know what you think about today's video. Please continue to subscribe to the channel. Maximo of like. Grazie, forza. Juve.